So here we are with part 2, the second day. This is how we left it on the first day.
Well, perfect, that's fine. Right, okay, so I'll go around everybody. So what I do is I start in the middle. I take 2 of these. Now I would prefer them to be approximately 10 each. So 10 ends per bundle.
Okay.
That's not essential, but it's just something that I do. And then what I do is I just comb them through with my fingers, like that. I maybe pinch them, so they're nice and taut. And we've got a bit of a looseness here, so we want to get rid of all of that. And then I take the front stick that says "Don't cut string" over the top, underneath, either side, 1 knot. Okay, like so. Just pull that
Just
to the
one
front
knot
at the moment. So then what we do is we then go, then I work out from the middle and go left, right, left, right, left, right, with my fingers, combing through with my hands, checking the back, pinching, and then just going over the top, underneath, either side and tie one knot to begin with. Okay, and then we just pull up like so.
So then I carried on and did that and tensioned up all the warp threads ready for the next process. We're nearly ready to weave now. And then, in fact, we then pulled it again and tied a second knot. And here are the colours ready for weaving. So the very first bit of weaving, before we got weaving proper, was just like a little test bit, just to get the hang of it. That would be cut off later, before I started the scarf properly. And so then I put the iPad underneath the loom so that you could see from, I like this angle, you can see where I'm trying really hard not to pull the weft threads, that's the across ones, at the edges. I'm trying not to pull them tight. You can see there's a loop down there. What we're trying to avoid is loops on the edges, but also trying to avoid pulling too tight so that the whole thing becomes a triangle rather than a straight edge. And as I make more weaving, I roll it on to the front of the loom.
Okay. Take it off tension.
Yep.
Okay. I'll just give you a bit of length there.
Yeah, it's good.
And then we do this. Oh, we do this.
Side, see the red comment there, but it's quite nice. Yeah, so I'm quite looking forward to
One dink.
That.
2 dinks.
I'll just take it off tension again. So this needs to rest like so.
Okay.
That goes in there.
Fit in there.
Tucked in. That goes like so.
Tighten them up again.
Like so.
Yep. So James showed me how to make the loom portable so I could carry it back to my hotel room. This was the view out of the hotel room window as I arrived back and set the loom up. Now, I don't know how well or badly this will work, but I'm committed now to carrying on weaving this for the rest of this evening. The light is lower in the sky now and soon it'll be dark. And I'm just going to weave for as long as I can so that tomorrow I can take this loom back. Now, I'll try and explain to you some of the things that I'm doing. Now, what I'm doing here then, I've got the colours. I'm surprising myself by only choosing 3 colours, and also, okay, there's some pink and there's some green. I guess they're pink and green, aren't they? Yeah, okay, and a little bit of indigo thrown in, so I'm not too surprised by the colour choice, to tell you the truth. Okay then, so I've brought back with me these sticks that I can wind the wool onto, and here is the little Ashford 4-shed table loom. Okay, so this is called the beater. These here raise and lower the heddles, which are these bits that you saw yesterday. I won't get too technical with it. I think what I prefer to do is just sit and have a chat with you while I'm doing some of this, because it's just me and you tonight. I'm going to be here till the wee small hours, I think, weaving this. So the pattern that I'm doing, the loom is threaded up so that it can do 4 different ups and downs with these levers here. And I'm doing a very simple one, which just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't have to work very hard to try and remember it. And so, except I've already forgotten. No, that's right, I'm on the right one. And then the only kind of tricky thing, because I've kind of got the hang of doing the weaving now, was a couple of things to observe. One of them is we're doing, James is a very good teacher, and we're doing this thing called a floating selvage, which means that the first and last warp thread at this side and this side aren't in any of the heddles, they're loose. And that gives you, apparently that gives you a really neat selvage without doing anything too complicated. So I've got to remember to change the sheds after each time I pass the stick through, but then the only tricky thing is I've got to get the stick, the shuttle stick, over this loose selvage thread in one direction and under it on the other. And so there's a few things to remember. And so it's under, when it's coming from the right, it's got to be under, and sometimes I can't find it because it sticks together with the warp thread next to it. But hey ho, we'll just keep going for a little while. So it goes under the warp thread on that one, and then I've just got to carefully check that it's not too tight here. And then this thing's called a beater, but in fact we renamed it a tapper because you can really hit it too hard. So I'm just gonna, you know what I'm going to be doing for the next few hours. So now I'm coming to the end of the green. I'm going to change to blue. Okay, so when I get to the very end like that, I'm taking it all the way through. And as I say, I've got no scissors, so I'm just going to lay it down. And the way that you change colour is to leave that shed exactly where it is and put the next colour alongside that, so that it sort of traps it. Under the floating selvage, from the right. And now I can change the shed. So I'm just going to carry on and do this for the rest of the night. Here we are, next day at the studio.
Right,
So we're
in
gonna
your own
cut it-
time, yeah.
Really far up?
Yeah, that's fine, because that's, yeah,
This is a bit scary.
it is a bit scary. And then undo the latch on your side of the loom. And yeah, and then that means you just pick up the fabric and pull.
And this is the exciting thing because I had no idea how long it was.
That's fantastic.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
And then the next thing you want to do,
Cut the top off.
cut the top off, and you've cut it right up, hard up against the
Wood.
wood, yeah.
Oh, except that I have this, but I'm
Yeah,
going to
but you can chop that off later on.
Yeah, so hard against the wood.
That's it.
I had no idea how much I'd done because it rolls on like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't tell you how pleased I am with that.
That's fantastic. That's a great colour.
It is, isn't it? And you know, I'm wearing it again today, aren't I? I obviously do like this colour. And look, I love the...
Yeah,
I
the
love
front
that.
and the back. There you go.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
so
perfect.
pleased with that. And exactly at the right moment. It's perfect, isn't it? Apart from that bit, let's take that bit off.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, well, that's your wasted
Oh,
bit.
I love it,
Yay!
James. I love it. Thank you. Okay then, James, there it is finished.
It's fantastic. It's great. I mean, what I would be doing is snipping these wee ends off after it's washed. And what I would do is wash it in a temperature that's comfortable in your hands. So you hand wash it in a detergent that you like to use. So that could even be a shampoo or a conditioner. In hand hot water. And then, like how I do my work, I just wash them and then I air dry them. And once they're dried, I would maybe give them a wee iron.
What?
A wee iron. I can't say that any other way.
A wee iron.
Iron.
A wee iron.
A wee iron.
A wee iron.
So I would give them a wee iron just to flat it out, because this weave structure, your 3-in-1 twill, is kind of encouraging it to curl round. Curl.
No, carry on, it's
But
fine.
but the ironing process will flatten that out, and it'll be absolutely fine. That's fantastic.
I'm so pleased with it, James.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. You're very welcome.
I've had a lovely time. I'll maybe see you again soon.
I hope so.
Okay. Thanks, James.
Cheers.
I'll leave some links to James and to Ashford in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching.